KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Coming up later this hour, biggest lie you've ever told. Apparently, it's easier to lie now than ever before. Between the AI help and the ability to lie through text so easily, people are just being dishonest more than they've ever done. I think on average, they used to tell, I think, like one lie per day on average. Everyone would tell a lie. It used to be basic stuff like, how you doing? I'm fine. And you were not fine. And now I think that number's tripled.
I would imagine so. I think also because of the internet, people are so, people lie on the internet and comment sections so easily, and there's so much anonymity there, and I think it bleeds through into your actual life.
So think of the biggest lie you've ever told, or the biggest lie you were ever told, because sometimes they are quite elaborate. I mean, Omar's second dad, had a whole second family.
That's a lie.
That is, yeah.
I mean, that is about
Bizarre.
as big of a lie as you can do, is when you have two separate families that you're juggling, and you're, quote, out on business, but you're only like a few towns over at a whole different house with a whole different family. And I only have one family. I can't even get my two kids' names right. I can only imagine, Omar, did your dad, when he had the other family, ever mention a name, and you're like, who's Tom?
No, you know what? No, because for the last couple of years that he was at home, he was just he was there but non-existent. Like, he wouldn't really talk to us. He would throw some food at us, and I mean, it was very sad. Nick, thinking back, it was crazy. Yeah, he was just not really a father. Yeah. Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Seems like he wasn't very good at faking it.
That's how you play catch. Just throw food at you.
And then we came to find out that for the last year that he was, quote unquote, living with us, he was actually unemployed. So he would, fake going to work, but he would just be with the other family. Yeah.
Was he unemployed at the other family too, or did he?
That's a great question. I think whoever the lady that he was, shacking up with had a pretty good career. So she was kind of like the major breadwinner in that relationship.
Well, I wonder if with the other family he said, "Oh, I work nights." And I have to go to work at 5 or 6 p.m. and that's when he would, quote, come home from work with your family.
Yeah, maybe.
Did you ever meet the other family members?
I did not. My brother, he's my half brother. My second dad was his real full on dad. He went and he met the sister, I believe, at I think after he passed away, maybe because he passed away from cancer. So it was a weird whole situation.
But your half brother, who is related to you, is also related to the other family.
Yep.
And he actually made the move to go meet them.
He did, reluctantly. I told him, dude, you're going to regret it if you don't. Then he went, and it wasn't like... my brother's not an emotional guy. He's not, really into bonding with other people. So he's still kind of butthurt about, the entire thing.
And you weren't butthurt at all when you found out, or you were?
At the time, no. I had so many things going on in my life that I didn't care about. Now, thinking back, my mom was definitely a see you next Tuesday, so I don't fault him at all for doing it.
When he died,
say that for the Mother's Day card, Omar.
Okay.
Don't waste it all right now.
Okay.
On the show.
When he died, did they say he was happily surrounded by his families?
Families.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's it's a great worth it for the joke.
Surrounded by families.
Surrounded by all of his hidden families.
It's a lot of people.
It's because you hear stories now, and this is another level of deceit, dishonesty, whatever. But the people that have two different relationships going on at the same time. I'm not talking about a girlfriend and a side piece or whatever, but two full-on relationships.
Oh, yeah.
There was that story a few years ago, the guy that got trapped in the mine in Chile, and I guess all these women showed up that all thought they were married to this guy.
Really?
And they all met for the first time, and they were like, that's my husband. No, that's my husband.
Whoa.
And it's just, sometimes you have to be an organized person, I think, to keep track of all of that.
I think you have to enjoy the secrecy of it.
Yeah,
I think there's something
to be
you kind
good
of
at
enjoy.
it. You have to be. I don't know if the word is you're not psychotic, but you have to be almost there's really good serial killers.
I think you have to be a narcissist.
Yeah, but there's also a level of intelligence there that they're able to keep track of it all.
It's funny because a friend of mine was dating a guy for 6 years, and when they broke up, she realized that he had a different girlfriend for 6 years also, and she didn't. Once she actually found out who this girl was and checked her Instagram, they had pictures all over the place together. It was not like he was that smart about it. He just got lucky, and she never thought to look.
On the text line, 805, my friend's dad had a second family, named both sons after himself so he would never get the names wrong. It's great.
Really?
And that's very narcissistic, too.
Wow.
I will
Cool.
name and the daughter. She's also going to be Bruce. I want to get this right.
But then you also have people like Beer Mug who just lie about stupid stuff,
Stupid
like crapping
things.
in the bathroom.
Right,
You're
right,
like, why
right.
are you lying about that?
Hey, Jennifer, I want to get a sense of where we're at, then we'll take these calls in a moment. Whoever's going to come clean about the biggest lie they've ever told will be rewarded with tickets because we reward dishonesty around these parts. Jennifer, what was the biggest lie you've ever told?
It wasn't that I told. It was actually my boss told us. She told us that her house had burned down. And that same day, the fire chief was going around, like it was on the news, and he was like saying why one house burned down and why the other one didn't. And he shows her house intact. And keep in mind, we had bought this like a bunch of stuff for her since we thought her house had burned down, but her house was intact. She had told us it did
See,
burn
that's
down.
the one
That's
thing
messed
you
up.
always think about. If I get caught, like if I'm cutting out of work and I'm saying that I'm sick, but then I'm at a Dodger game and I somehow end up the home run is hit near me. That's the one thing that used to always be that will bust you if you end up on the news somehow. So this boss says my house burnt down, and everyone puts together these care packages, and then lo and behold, on the 6 o'clock news, they're like, and here's a house that's still standing fine.
I
And
know.
that's the
And
boss's.
it's like got the address
The
right
news
on it.
will F you. Instagram will F you, too. You're in the back of a store. We'll take these calls now, 800-520-1067. The biggest lie you've ever told. Apparently, we are more dishonest than ever before. We'll prove it to you next.
Klein, the world Alley famous show. KROQ. Klein Alley Show. Mornings on KROQ.
Allie, you look great today.
I know that's a lie.
On average, the person that used to tell one lie a day is now tripled to up to 3 a day. And the most commonplace people are lying currently is through text message because people feel like they can be a little bit less truthful if they say things like,
On my way.
right, on my way.
LOL.
Yeah, LOL is probably the biggest lie
I think
told.
I say LOL. That's all I say in text.
And there's a concern now that we are
Always laughing.
lying so much as a society about small things, but that it's not even our first thought. You know, they did a research study back in 2010, and they found that 60% of people claim that they don't think they lie in any sort of regularity. They just don't believe they couldn't even think of a lie they told in the last week. 60% of people.
That's a lie.
And I would imagine all of those people were just
I
lying.
don't know about any of that. I can't even think of it.
So, listen, it could be little stuff like someone makes food and brings it into work, like bagels, and you say they're great, and they say, thank you, I'm glad you like them. And then you say, but then you really throw them in the trash. Could be that.
Or even at a dinner party when you say something was homemade and it wasn't.
Right.
You know.
That's a big one, too.
714 said, the biggest lie I ever told went on for 20 years. I told everyone at work that I didn't know Spanish at all, and in reality, I'm fluent. And I was in management, and many employees would speak Spanish on purpose when they were scheming or talking crap,
Oh,
not
smart
realizing
move.
that
He
I
was-
understood everything.
That's a great lie. 20 years, this guy's listening, knowing everything that's being said.
It's got to feel so powerful. You're like, they have no idea.
They just keep calling him Gordo, and he's like, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. All right, Logan, where we left off, you were in the middle of a cross-country road trip of some sort, and there's a lie that transpired. So what happened? Give us the quick version.
So, quick version, me and my buddies driving cross-country back to college, taking shifts, driving. I caught the midnight shift, accidentally fell asleep at the wheel, and flipped the SUV across the center divider into oncoming traffic. Ended up crashing into 4 vehicles, putting 6 people in the hospital,
Whoa.
including my buddy who was riding shotgun, flew out the windshield, was in a coma for 3 weeks.
Whoa.
My other buddy lost 40% of his skin in road rash.
Oh.
And I told the police and my friends and everyone that it was because there was a deer in the road and I had to swerve to miss it. And to this day, they still believe that it was because I swerved to miss a deer and I was a hero, but I really just fell asleep at the wheel. And almost killed everyone.
Whoa, that's insane.
That's a big lie right there.
And
a
like,
lot of skin because he's now getting the pats on the back of like, wow, you kind of saved us, dude, because you didn't hit that deer.
I don't
And
know
then-
if he's even in that scenario.
Right.
He probably should have just
Right,
hit the
just
deer.
hit the
A lot
deer.
of less people would have gotten injured.
Yeah, but instead the reality is he just passed out.
God,
You should call the guy with the missing all the skin and break it to him. I mean,
I'm sure that would make him feel real good.
I'm sure.
But also, like, I mean, that happens too, right? You fall asleep at the wheel. It's not like you were drunk.
Logan, don't you kind of freak out with all the cameras that are out there now? Like, obviously, this happened a little while back, but aren't you don't you live your life knowing that you're living this lie and you're kind of afraid that at some point footage will show there was no deer?
Oh, 100%. I mean, luckily this was like 18 years ago, and so it wasn't, I doubt there were any cameras. Then it was in the middle of the night in Utah, so there's like nothing there.
Yeah, smart. Well, hopefully your buddy's
But
skin's
still,
good
you're
back.
looking at your friend who lost 40% of his skin, and you're just like, anyway.
Jonathan, what is the biggest lie you've ever told? Because apparently we are more dishonest now than ever before.
Good morning, Sweet Divot.
Sweet David.
So I wanted to quit my job, so I told my boss that my mom just got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And my boss said, take as much time as you need. My mom also died of pancreatic cancer.
He lied right back at you.
Yeah.
Double lie.
That's rough. And then you can't ever come clean because of the response that you got.
So you just took all the time you needed, which was all the time? You haven't gone back yet?
Yeah. It was about 20 years ago, so I haven't
Oh,
came
they're
back
still
yet,
paying you
so.
or no?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, okay.
How's your mom doing?
She's fine, I
She's
guess.
great,
Yeah.
thankfully, yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Nene, welcome to KROQ this morning. Biggest lie you've ever told. You can come clean with us. We're all friends. What's up?
Hey, what's up? I was in West Hollywood. I went with my best friend, and to cut it short, he had to pretend to be my boyfriend because I was getting hit on by guys. And yeah,
And then
I went for goth girls, and I got hit on by guys instead. So he
Yeah,
pretended to be my boyfriend, and
I feel like that doesn't keep
And then you guys did it?
that doesn't keep the guys away though, Allie, right? Like if you're in West
Absolutely not.
Yeah, if you're in West Hollywood, you're like, sorry, that's
my boyfriend. And they're like, great.
They're like, great. Shush kebab. Let's say hi to Camden.
Shish kebab.
I assume that's how they talk. Am I wrong?
Great. Shish kebab. What is that?
I don't know. It's
Did you make that up?
It's a character I'm working on. I'm workshopping it still. Hey, Camden, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. My lie is in college, I didn't want to go to class, so I told my professor that I cut my foot open and needed stitches. But then I had to tell my classmates that also so that they didn't tell on me, which forced me to wear crutches for over a week and had to walk across campus in crutches in the snow.
Yeah, the problem with the lies is that when you have to think through your lie because you have to think if I'm going to live this lie out for the foreseeable future, how much is it going to impact my life?
Yes, and walking with crutches is so annoying. You get that like pain in your armpits after a while.
It's the worst.
And then everyone wants to help you, and it's just so annoying, especially in the wintertime when it snows.
David, what's the biggest lie you've ever told? As a society, apparently we are becoming more dishonest by the day.
So it's not my biggest lie, but it's my most recent lie, but it still bothers me to right now. So on KROQ, Klein and Ali show, on your guys' show, I heard you guys talking about the Little Mermaid movie, how they were going to censor you got to beep the girl instead of kiss the girl. So then I went and I told my wife, because we were going to go see the movie, I'm like, this is crazy. Can you believe that? They were talking about it on the radio. She's like, I don't think that's true. I said, no, it's true. So when we go see the movie and it's not true, she's like, you're so dumb for believing that. And then
Oh yeah, we were beeping the. I forgot that we did that.
What? I'm so confused.
There was like a rating dispute about the new Little Mermaid live movie, and we were explaining why it was rated higher. So we beeped some of the lyrics in the song. This was something we did, I don't know, a year ago, and he believed that they really did add a bunch of profanity to the
So
Little Mermaid. So he told
like,
his wife that, and
let's
then
go watch it.
And then he didn't lie to her, but he got yelled at for being a dummy, which is okay. That happens.
714 said my grandma had a full-on sugar daddy when my mom was a kid, and my mom still denies to this day that grandma was getting some on the side, even though there was this mysterious, quote, Uncle Marty that no one seemed to be related to that was always hanging out around the house.
Uncle, it's always Uncle. Uncle Marty's never related to anyone.
And then there's little lies. Like someone said my biggest lie is when I was actually last week when I told my husband that the dishwasher broke all of a sudden, but I know it was me.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I put regular dish soap in there, and it was squirting out bubbles. I had to clean up all the evidence before he got home, and he still doesn't know.
Here's the good news. If you're lying more than ever before, you're on average, because we're all doing it. Thanks for eavesdropping in on our radio show, you perverts.
Yeah. When you're not being reported by your neighbors, you can check out the podcast or the live show on KROQ or wherever you get your podcasts.
That's right, which apparently is a lot of places. Find Klein Alley's show and listen to this show in its entirety. Plus, if you download and subscribe, we will save a puppy from being executed.
Oh my God, there's puppies being executed?
Oh, there goes another one.
Oh, those are high stakes.